Hi dears, welcome to this course. Today we are going to discuss about what is communication, process of communication and types of communication. Communication has been derived from the Latin word communio, which means to share. Therefore, communication is the act of sharing or imparting information. In the wider sense, it means sharing of ideas and feeling in a mood of mutual understanding. The Oxford Dictionary defines communication as the action of exchanging information or ideas. Now we are going to discuss about process of communication. Communication, as we know, is a two-way process of sending and receiving messages. These messages may be verbal, that is by using word, or non-verbal, that is by mean of body movement, gesture or facial expression. Communication is considered effectively if it achieves its desired result. It means that the messages sent by the sender should be received by the receiver in the same context as the sender wanted. If this does not happen, communication in the real sense does not take place. Therefore, before communication can take place, a purpose of communication is expressed. It passes between a sender and receiver. The message is encoded, mean converted into words, symbols or body movement, and passed by the way of some medium to the receiver. The receiver decodes the message, and the result is the transfer of meaning from one person to another. Following are some components of communication, like sender encoding, message channel, receiver decoding, and feedback channel, and then message, and so on. So now we have to discuss these one by one. First is sender. Sender is a person who sends the message to anyone, and who originate the message. He initiates a message by encoding his idea or thought. He may be an individual or a group. The source or sender has an idea, and he encodes it. Encoding means to putting idea into words, symbols or gesture. For example, you are thirsty and you ask someone, please give me a glass of water. Thus you put your idea into words and encode a message. On the other hand, a dumb person would encode this idea by means of his gesture or body movement. So in communication, the act of producing message, either spoken, written or non-verbal, mean by gesture or body movement, is called encoding. Therefore, speakers and writers are the also encoders. Our next topic is message. Message is the actual physical product from the source encoding. When we speak, our speech is the message. When we write, the writing is the message. When we gesture, the movement of our arms and the expression of our faces are the message. Message should always be clear so that it should be completely understood by the receiver. Moreover, message need not be sent intentionally. The wrinkles on your cloth, a smile on your face, your red eyes and scattered hair, and even a bad smell may communicate something to others. Our next component is channel. The channel is the medium through which the message travels from the source to sender to the receiver, or from the source or sender to the receiver. The channel is selected by the source. It may be mass media, that is newspaper, radio, TV, etc., which are not meant to particular individuals. The channel may be telephone, fax, letters, email or face-to-face interaction such as briefings, meetings, seminars. And communication rarely take place over only a one channel, two or three, even four channels are normally used at the time. For example, in face-to-face communication, we not only use spoken word and listen, but also gesture and receive these signal visually. For internal communication, written media may be memos, reports, bulletins, job description, poster, notes, implies manuals, electronic bulletin board, and even internal faxes. Internal written communication may be letter, reports, and mailgram, faxes, and or postcards, and contracts, and ads, brochures, catalog, and so on. Next is receiver. The receiver is a person to whom the message is directed and who received our message. In case of speaker, the receiver is the listener, whereas in case of writer, the receiver is reader. And before the message can be received, the symbols or words must be translated into a form that can be understood by the receiver. This is called encoding. In other words, the act of understanding message is called is called decoding, and in other words, the act of understanding message is called decoding. It is the most important element of this whole communication process. Any neglect on the part of the receiver may make the whole communication process ineffective. Our next is feedback. Feedback is the final link in the communication process. Feedback is actually the response of the receiver. It is the key element in the communication process because it shows how successful you are and you have been in transferring your message. It determines whether understanding has been achieved or not. If your receiver does not understand what you mean, you can tell by the response until the understanding is achieved, and then receiver